The fact of the matter is, whether you've been in network marketing for years or just a few days, your family and friends have seen your opportunity and your phone is, as we call it, burnt. If you're anything like me, that's a scary thought. So the big question is, how do entrepreneurs like us, who love the network marketing profession, who no longer want to be that guy, and are tired of convincing people during uncomfortable let's get coffee meetings where they say, what's this all about? How do we market in a way that aligns us with our dream clients and expands our network of upfront and transparent professionals, allowing us to get our time back, our families back, and gain a real passive asset? People like us who value impact over income, we deserve to see our visions once and for all. Join me in this podcast where we'll uncover just how to do that. My name is Eric Sablon. Welcome to Burnt Phone Marketing. Hey guys, Eric Sablon here from Burnt Phone Marketing, and I'm so excited. I actually have a titan in the network marketing profession. He's a multiple seven-figure a year earner, co-founder of a $1 billion a year network marketing company, sought-after speaker, world-renowned author, father, husband, family man, my mentor that coined the phrase dream, struggle, victory that I always use. My good friend and mentor, Mr. Justin Prince. Justin, welcome to the show.
Eric, honored to be on with you, brother. Appreciate you having me, and love you and Jessica, and it's an honor to be on.
Man, I'm so excited for this interview. This is one of the ones that I was on my, if you've been in network marketing at all, the chicken list call, this was the chicken list call. So we're just going to jump right in. I just kind of want to start off with a little bit about your backstory. And I know you've done a lot of speaking and stuff like that, but really, like, what's the backstory that kind of got you into network marketing and or entrepreneurship?
So I'm from Salt Lake City, Utah, and my wife and I have 4 kids out here from 15 down to 7, so 2 boys, 2 girls. And when I was growing up, I grew up in kind of a middle-class family. My folks got divorced when I was 12. We moved 13 times in the next 7 years during those teenage years. And then I had really no kind of formal professional background. I was making pizzas at 16. I was lining dishes with rocks for my dad's construction company at 18. I worked at a mall, and I tease people, the mall is that place we all used to go when the Amazon was a river. We'd go hang out at the mall. I worked at the mall, and I was the dude in the kiosk of the mall, meaning I was the one trying to sell you cartoon Bible movies at the mall kiosk, And I always had kind of big dreams and big goals. I always kind of wanted to do something with my life. I read a book that really shook me up. It was Rich Dad, Poor Dad. When he talked about building assets, he said what poor people do is they make money. He basically said they have income that pays their expenses, basically make money, pay their bills. He said what rich people do is they have income. The income builds assets, and the assets pay their expenses. And I just remember thinking, whoa. He goes, an asset is something that generates cash for you every month, regardless of whether you continue to put time or effort into it. And that just like shook me up. Like that idea, I was just, that is so profound. And so I wanted to build assets. I didn't even know what that was. And he said, there's 2 ways to build assets. One is you can put money to work for you by investing, or number 2 is you can put people to work for you by building a business. And I didn't have a great business idea at the time. I was trying to save up money so I could invest in a business. And when I was introduced to this whole network marketing idea, I was really skeptical about it. It took me a second to kind of get over my skepticism. But once I kind of got over my skepticism, I was like, wait a second, like I can work for the next 3 or 4 or 5 years of my life. I can build an income stream, an asset-based income stream that will continue to generate cash and pay me, month after month after month, year after year after year. I was like, I can go around serving people. I can speak, I can teach, I can train. I was like, what is there not to like? It costs a couple $100 to get started. I was like, what is there not to like about this? And so that was 14 years ago. And it's amazing kind of what's happened. I've had my ups and my downs for sure. My first business failed, and that left me below zero financially. I remember at one point I moved my pregnant wife and our 2 babies into the loft of my wife's parents' garage. And I'm working 2 part-time jobs trying to, start and chase the dream as a network marketer. And my babies are sleeping in the closet. And I'm wondering myself, like, am I crazy? Like, am I chasing a fake dream here? But ultimately, I went on to build 4 different multi-million-dollar businesses. And kind of like you referenced, our We launched a business that in just its first 5 years acquired over 3 million customers and over $1 billion in revenue. And it's been really an amazing ride.
Well, I always try to model what you're doing, and I know we've worked together in the past, and you're a phenomenal speaker. You came up to Alaska a couple times, and I've seen you on stage. And one thing that I really like about what you do is you always bring that passion on stage, and you flip people's switches literally from the stage. And it's not so much you're selling to them, but internally you're changing their thought process, and it's amazing to just hear you speak over and over again. And guys, if you want to catch some of Justin's awesome speeches, you can catch them on I'm sure some of the YouTube channels. I'll probably link some links to them. But man, phenomenal storyteller. So
thanks, bro.
Justin, I want to kind of go into like your business is network marketing, and I always like to ask people who their dream client is. So what would you say your dream client or dream customer or dream builder, what does that person look like, and what doesn't he look like?
Yeah, to me, what they don't look like is someone that whines and blames and complains and makes excuses, and they don't do what they say they're going to do. They're not reliable. What I'm looking for is people who do what they say they're going to do. I have infinite patience for people who try. I like people that have a relative, a decent amount of credibility and influence, people that are willing to put in the effort, put in the work, and people that are positive and that I enjoy being around. And I feel like if I have someone, that has those characteristics, like the chances of us winning are 100%, like where it's going to work, because I know what our business is going to do. I know what I'm going to do as a mentor. And then the only X factor is them growing and becoming the person they're born to become. So that's really what I look for. I feel like it's pretty simple. It's just people that are ambitious, that are hungry, that take ownership and responsibility for their life and for their actions, people that are willing to grow, wanting to grow, and wanting to go to that next level in their life and in their career, and that know that it's going to take some effort and take some time, but also, so in other words, they're not looking for like a quick fix. They're looking for like, let's hunker in, let's grow as a person, and let's go build a real business.
Yeah, the lottery ticket business winners don't usually stick around very long. So if you're looking for a lottery ticket, it's kind of hard to partner up with you.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's always about work. Like we're in network marketing, so a lot of people forget about the work part. It's right in the middle of what we're doing. It's the network marketing, not net hang around, net go to events, not net do nothing marketing, and hopefully your check comes at the end of the month. So that's actually a huge nugget. Thank you for that, Justin. I'm sure that the audience really understands that if you put the work in, you're going to get you're going to reap what you sow. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, look, anything that's of significance in your life, whether it's getting in shape, whether it's your marriage, it takes time and it takes effort. And the more effort you put in, you can reduce the amount of time that it takes, but it still takes time. And then the less time that you put in, it's going to take more effort over a longer amount of time, but it still takes effort. So it always takes time. It always takes effort. And for me, I thought it would be a little faster than it was, but it took a lot of time and a lot of effort. And I was grateful that I hung in there. I tell people I was too stupid to quit. I probably should have quit, but I just kind of kept moving forward because I just felt like I eventually was going to figure this thing out, and that's what's happened.
Yeah, and you're continually learning. I noticed you just did an awesome video with your son, with John Maxwell. That was, again, when you watch or follow Justin, like you're holding back tears, and your inspiration is just phenomenal. So I want to ask
you're kind, John. That's been one of the neat things. I serve on his advisory council with John Maxwell, helped him write a book for our profession called The Power of Five. By the way, I'll give you a link if you'd like for this book. Your people can get the book. It's only my link will actually give them a discount, but it's a book that John wrote for the network marketing profession. And he's never done this before. He's never written a book for real estate or military or insurance or anything like that. And he wrote a book specifically for our profession. And we were able to help him with like, what does our profession need? What are the core things that a person needs? And by the way, every single person, if you're serious about building a network marketing business, you absolutely need to buy this book. It's so good. Your team needs to buy it too. I'm using it to teach and train our business. He did such a great job.
Well, I know John does some awesome books. I read the Irrefutable Laws. I read the Five Layers of Leadership. Yeah, if he and what I like about John is he always puts a story at the end of. He either starts it with a story or puts a story and then reiterates exactly what the situation is. So if you've never read a book by John Maxwell, we'll put that in the show notes. Yeah, I'll definitely pick that one up from you for sure. So awesome. Yeah, definitely. Always dropping nuggets for me. Thank you. So we do a lot of publishing here on we kind of teach publishing, Facebook Lives, blogs or podcasts, stuff like that. How important do you think, think back 5 years ago, how important do you think Facebook and publishing has been to your business overall?
Yeah, you want to be a publisher, not a consumer. Like, in other words, you want to publish more than you consume. For a lot of us, we consume more content than we put out. And you want to be the kind of person that's saying, I'm going to put out valuable content. I just launched a team 3 months ago that did over $2 million in sales in their third month. And so that's a great team, right? And I met that team. I originally met the person that, that we started with, that connected me to ultimately to what turned into this amazing team. Because I did a men's physique show. Now, I'm not a men's physique competitor. It's the board shorts. I'm a dad that's, just got kids and is trying to fight dad bod. But the point is, I set a goal. I was like, I'm going to do this. I just wanted to have a new goal. And I documented it. I actually documented the journey. I did like a 17-week series of like the transformation and the ups and the downs and the injuries and the diet and the workouts and just kind of what I was going through as a father, as a business owner, and then also trying to get in shape for this thing. Like when I was going to China on business I went to China 3 weeks before, and then I went back to Taiwan 2 weeks before the show. Like I'm thinking to myself, I'm on the plane, like tearing open my like cellophane or my plastic, I'd what's it called? Vacuum sealed some chicken and some steak with some veggies. And I'm like, I don't even know how I got through security. I'm like biting it open on the plane. And I'm like, I've got to be the only physique competitor, that's on a plane to China 2 weeks before their show. But anyway, the guy that I connected to that eventually led me to this team, he said to me, he goes, Justin, I followed that journey from afar. He goes, we didn't even really know each other, but I just thought I just followed it. Well, guys, if I wouldn't have published that content, if I wouldn't have put myself out there like that, if I wouldn't have had a new dream or a new goal and kind of lived out loud a little bit, I never would have met this guy. And if I never would have met this guy, I never would have led to this multiple $1 million a year team. So I share that with you to say, you want to be a publisher, not just a consumer. I also want to share this, Eric. You and I both have kids. I look at like my son, he's 15, how much content he consumes, for example, on YouTube. And I'm thinking to myself, I hope there's people, myself being one of them, that puts out good content for these kids to watch, because there's a lot of people out there putting about a bunch of crap content out there as well. And you have things to say too. You have a voice to share as well. Like you have insights to share. And so I hope that we're putting out good content for our kids to share or to consume versus some of the garbage that they, have an option to consume. So you want to be a publisher, not just a consumer.
I like that. Publisher, not a consumer. Consume, but be more, have more going out, more valuable content going out than you're consuming coming in. Wow, that's big. Like I said, you always give me some great nuggets. So, so you've been in the entrepreneur space for 14 years. You're super successful at what you do. You're a leader. You're building teams. 14 years ago, I know I heard the story that you were sitting in a car one day and your car was broken down, or you had to stop and you had to like rethink the whole situation, exactly what you were doing. But what would be the one thing that you would have told yourself 14 years ago to increase the speed of your business, knowing what you know today?
I mean, probably the best advice, I think Tony Robbins said it once. He said, most of us overestimate what we can accomplish in a year and we underestimate what we can accomplish in 5 years or 10 years. That I would have, if I could go back and talk to that 25-year-old self, I'd said, listen, I know that 30 seems really old to you. Like 5 years from now is like, whoa, dude, I'll never be 30. And I know that 3 months from now seems like you should have it all in 3 months or even in 1 year. And what I would have told him is that you need to hunker in. Because I look at my life now, and it was worth the fight. It was worth the struggle. I tell people all the time, no one's going to feel bad for you that it was hard once you get there. Like, we all going through all these, struggles, and it's challenging and so on. And what I want to share with you is this is all part of your story. Like this, what you're going through right now is all part of the story. It's all the reason that it's going to be so much more inspiring once you figure this thing out, once you like really build the skills, because there's a dream, struggle, victory. It's like, they're all equal. It's like the dream, you don't get a big dream and a big victory and a small struggle. They're all equal. So if you have a big dream, you've signed yourself up for a struggle that's equal to or commensurate to the size of the dream, and a victory that's equal to or commensurate to the size of the struggle. So if you're in a big struggle, hallelujah. That means you got a victory size of your struggle. Now, here's what I want to share with you. Your struggle is not your story. A lot of us own the story of the struggle. We're like, yeah, you got to understand, oh my gosh, the reason it hasn't worked for me is because of this and this and this and this and this amazing struggle, and I'm going through all this stuff. That's not your story. Your story is how you overcome the struggle. Your story is the victory. And so don't get stuck in the struggle. The story is how you made it through this, how you persevered, how you worked through it, how you didn't just go until it was hot, or go until someone quit, or go until your upline quit. I remember my sponsor quit, and my sponsor quit, and they were sponsored by the company. So I was like an orphan island all by myself. And I fortunately kept moving forward. I remember when I've had key teams quit, like, oh my gosh, teams that really just crushed me when they quit. And you really question yourself, like, what the heck am I doing here if my team just quit? Look, you just keep moving forward. I've gone back and rebuilt those teams bigger than they were when those people were here. So the point that I share with you is there's a dream, struggle, victory. I would have told myself that I probably would have said, listen, it's going to be harder than you think, and it's going to take longer than you think, but it'll be more worth it than you think. So hunker in, not for 3 months or 6 months or a year, but hunker in for the next 10 years and really give this thing all you've got. And it's going to be worth every single amount of struggle. Again, no one feels bad for you once you figure it out. So no one's going to feel bad for you once you get there. Even though you're going through some really tough times, no one cares about those. Like, once you get it all figured out, they're like, boo-hoo, poor you that it was hard, like, no one cares then. So your struggle will actually become your story of how you overcame that struggle.
Yeah, I always talk about the dream, struggle, victory, but the way that you laid that out, definitely going to change it a little bit, because I like what you said. People get stuck in the struggle because it's the part where they can blame so much, and they can be like, oh, well, this happened and this happened. But it's really the pinnacle where you hit that struggle and you overcome the wall and you break down the wall. And then that's where your real story is, because how you overcame it and got to the victory. Wow, thank you, Justin. That's another huge nugget. Again, I told you guys, if you're listening to him on YouTube, you got to consume what he said. Be a producer and don't consume as much. But tell you what, if you want to get out there, consume a lot of what Justin has, because it's phenomenal content. So I always ask this. Oh, first off, what are you currently working on, and where can the audience find you?
So, I'm obviously super focused on my business. I'm launching a brand new leg right now. I'm really looking for the next key person to launch a brand new line with. I'm finishing my book. I'm really kind of doubling down on my personal brand, because I want to be able to continue to serve at a higher level. I want to continue to be able to produce at a high level, produce content at a high level. So that's, some of the things that I'm really jamming on hard right now. But as far as finding me, I'm on all the social channels. It's either under Justin Prince or I am Justin Prince. Like, my website is iamjustinprince.com. That's iamjustinprince.com. You can go there. I'll give you my book for free. It's called Change Your World: 5 Steps to Unapologetic Success. And all my social channels are on there, so we can get connected on there as well. But my heart right now is to provide people the motivation, the tools, the strategies they need to go from the person that they are to the person that they were born to become. And I feel like I have people that poured into me on my journey, and now that I'm at a different vantage point, I want to pour into other people and help them through their journey as well.
You're just reciprocating what you had before. There's always enough to overflow.
That's right.
So what I'll do is I'll actually put that information in the show notes and get that all dialed in so people will be able to link to you. The last question that I always ask everybody, all my guests, is, in your business today, what's the one thing that keeps you up at night, good, bad, or both?
It's interesting. That question changes as you go. And there was many, 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 many sleepless nights or 3 a.m. wake up calls where you're the pit in your stomach wakes you up and you're like trying to figure things out and solve problems. And, Elon Musk says that being an entrepreneur is staring at the wall and it's like staring at the wall and chewing glass. He said, because your job is to solve problems that no one else can solve. And that's what you are, is you're a problem solver. This is what the best entrepreneurs on the planet are, is they're problem solvers. They figure things out. Like, they don't say like, is it possible? They say, if I were to do it, how would I do it? Like, how would I solve this problem? And so I've had a lot of those, dude. A lot of those. If I was honest with you, I've had woken up with a lot of pit in my stomach. Just like, okay, how do we figure this thing out? Right now, this is just the truth. It's a true answer, but it's probably not that relatable of an answer, but it's the true answer. And that is, I really feel, I'm really focused right now on building a financial fortress around my family. I want to share this with your audience. Build your network marketing business so that you don't need your network marketing business. And what I mean by that is create a leveraged cash flow income, which is what you'll build in your network marketing business. But then don't go blow that on freaking Rolexes and cars. What you want to do is use that cash flow that's leveraged, in other words, it's not cash flow based only on your own efforts, and leverage it again in real estate or in other really secure, other really good investments that produce more cash flow. Because this is how you set yourself up. Really, you can like collapse the time that you need to set yourself up financially, is create leveraged cash flow and then leverage it again into other cash flowing assets, and then leverage that income again to where you're basically just building a fortress to where if anything were to ever happen to your network marketing business, heaven forbid, but if anything were to ever happen, you're completely fine, right? And so, right now I wake up in the morning fired up about creating leveraged cash flow, but then investing it properly into creating additional leverage cash flow, just so that, I don't squander this incredible opportunity that we all have. I don't look back later and be like, freak. I used it wisely to create other leveraged assets.
That's build a fortress around your family. Wow. Again, another knowledge bomb that you keep dropping. So listen to that. That's a big nugget for the audience is, we're all trying to build network marketing. We're all trying to build a business. However, we're running into that, I need to show and I need to show and I need to show. The nugget that he just dropped was build a fortress around that. Use that to leverage again and leverage again and leverage again. I mean, think about it. Justin started off by talking about a book that changed his life called Rich Dad Poor Dad. And he's taking Rich Dad Poor Dad, pretty much 10Xing it and putting it back into the way that he's thinking now by investing it into an asset. So Justin, I appreciate your time. We're coming up right around almost 30 minutes. I like to keep them short. So is there what's the one thing that you'd give the audience, anything that you'd give the audience to your last nugget?
Well, listen, I just say this, you want to dream big. Tony Robbins says people are not lazy. They simply don't have dreams that inspire them. You want to dream a dream that inspires you. Dream big. Your dream is the fuel for your soul. So you're not going to drive around your city today without any fuel in your tank. You're not going to build an incredible life or an incredible business with no dream in your soul. So you want to dream big. However, you also want to dream long. And dream long means you hold on to your dream until your dream comes true. Everyone can dream big. It's easy to talk big, think big, dream big. That part's easy. Holding on to your dream and persevering your dream until your dream comes true, being a long dreamer, that's the hard part. And so I would just encourage you to dream big and then also to dream long. And your dreams and your goals are important, and you're pursuing them and overcoming the struggle is worth it, and you're accomplishing them as necessary.
Dream long. You always see the memes of dream big, but you never hear about the dream long part. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, guys. So, guys, again, we always try to get some of the best on here. We did get one of the best in the industry. He's an industry kingpin. Be sure to listen to the full outro. Like always, Burn Phone Marketing, we like to pour into you guys massive value. So listen to what we have in the outro. We're going to give you something for free. We're also going to put Justin's link for the book from John Maxwell. We're going to put in the show notes a link to get to know Justin on his website. And guys, just listen to the full outro. And this is Eric Sablon with Burnt Phone Marketing. We will catch you on another episode of Burnt Phone Marketing Radio. Thanks, guys. We all know that the network marketing industry is changing with the evolution of the internet, with the evolution of social media. Well, there's a big secret out there, and it's called The Network Marketing Secrets book by Russell Brunson. And here at Burnt Phone Marketing, we are going to give that book to you for free plus shipping. Just go to www.burntphonemarketing.com/secrets. In this book, you're going to find the 3 secrets to helping to convert people online, just like a 3-way call, just like a home meeting, and just like a hotel meeting. So pick up your free copy today, free plus shipping at www.burntphonemarketing.com/secrets.